Maybe I deleted the wrong one here, let's see. Let's go to the last one.
So do
And
they
the
have a
highest
lot
on
in
the
common?
lot.
There's a highest.
And the lowest on none, on politics. Yeah,
Now think about it.
which
Yeah.
supports your last point, right? That in fact there are ways in which.
I mean, that's really surprising to me.
That's surprising?
Well,
Yeah,
it's
because
worse.
the Cubans don't identify as Latinos.
Right.
The Cubans are Republicans.
Correct. Uh-huh.
And they say we have a lot in common with other Latinos.
Yeah. And that's a significant finding on that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, that's
How do you
kind of
explain
weird.
that? Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't, it doesn't.
Of course it is.
It makes, well, I don't know if it makes sense, but it's certainly that's what I think Cuban exceptionalism is overstated. Cuban exceptionalism is overstated. You know, there is a tendency for Cubans to see themselves, and the one that the original research I've done is on civic ideology, but there is a tendency for Cubans to see themselves more tied to other Latinos than we give them credit for. That's basically it. The exceptionalism, Cubans are not as exceptional as we think they are. I mean, we talk about it.
But behaviorally, in terms of electoral politics, they are the exception among the Latinos, so.
That's right, but in terms of their sense of commonality, I don't think
Maybe they think the Latinos are like them.
that might be it. That might be it.
I'd like to ask you a question that alludes to your last statement about your interview with the against Wall Street crowd, whatever. And it's germane to this study, which I find kind of glaring, it's omitted. We haven't discussed and we haven't studied and we haven't had any surveys as to why Cubans, the Cuban Americans, register Republicans, or why do they register Democrats? Do they know the difference in the political philosophies of the Republican Party or in the Democratic Party? Do they understand that? Because when you have asked people, why are you Republican? Well, you know, I'm going to be a Democrat, they're socialists, they're not anti-Castro enough, Cuba, this and that. I said, well, wait a minute, I'm talking about local, domestic politics, and they seem to view this through the prism of Fidel Castro and Cuba, and that's why I'm not a Republican. I said, wait a minute, but I'm a former government worker. All of my colleagues were Republicans. We were government workers, we were members of the union. And when they voted Republican because they're Republican. I said, my God, the Republican Party is anti-government, they're anti-union, you're voting against your own interests. Why are you Republican? Oh, you know, they couldn't answer. Why do Cubans register Republicans? I have no idea. But that's something that I think needs to be studied.
Can we have the person who's actually saved that answer?
Yeah, but I'm not going to answer that. Stay for my presentation. Guillermo, just an anecdote. A couple of months ago, I was doing a poll in District 112. District 112, as you know, is now held by a Cuban Democrat. And what I did on purpose, I decided to oversample Republicans in that district. And my sample, according to the voter registration roll, was 12 plus 12, which is high, very high, and I did it on purpose.